Hello, friends, and welcome back to Oscar's Cozy Corner. It is one day to go until the showcase stream. Tomorrow is the day that it finally happens. And today, Gameloft gave us reason number 5 to tune into the upcoming showcase. So let's take a look at this teaser and see what we can work out. Alright, so as you can see here, Gameloft tweeted today, reason number 5 to tune into the upcoming showcase, catch a sneak peek at new characters and lore arriving in the next chapter of Disney Dreamlight Valley. There's a little teaser trailer, let me play that through, and then we'll have a little breakdown and see what we can work out from this one. Alright gang, the first thing that I want to talk about is these little birds that we see here. Now, there are a few of these. There's one at the start that you can see coming in from the left, and then as we scrub a little forward, we can see that there's another two that show up towards the end. I think this is really interesting because they've got little animations as they float on by. So you can see that there's actually letters coming out of their trails, and when you take a closer look, you can see that there's actually writing on their skin. I say skin, they're obviously alluding to these being sort of like origami sort of birds, I think. That's why we're getting like a polygon style, that's why we're getting a folded type of style, so it makes sense that these birds, I don't know whether to call them critters just yet, these birds are going to be origami birds made out of paper in what looks to be like a library biome. As in the first teaser, we did see that there were books everywhere, there were trees with books coming out of them, there were actually bookcases in the side of the mountain. So if this central biome of the DLC is arranged in like a storybook feel, or maybe like a library feel, it does make sense that the critters, if that is what these are, would follow that theme and match quite closely. The only thing that springs to mind, casting any shadow of a doubt on whether these are critters, is the fact that these are all the same color. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a new DLC, this is a new content chance for Gameloft to sort of give us something different. But as of now, we only have one of each color critter in the base game and in Eternity Isle, so I don't know. The fact that these are both red is throwing up maybe a couple of red flags as to whether they could be critters, or perhaps there's something to do with the quest, perhaps there's something to do with the storyline. The tweet does say, catch a sneak peek at the characters and lore arriving, so perhaps these sort of like folded origami animals have some bearing on the story coming up tomorrow. It's entirely possible that Gameloft are trying something different and they want us to be able to have these floating around in multiples. In whatever biome we do end up getting, that is a chance as well. I do think they're really fun. I do think they're really cute. I love the little trail that it leaves behind. I was looking a little closely to see if this made any sort of word or anything, but I can't really tell. I think it might just be a random assortment of letters, but maybe there's something in that trail. Now, I know that owls were the rumored critter for this biome, but I'll be honest, these little birds don't look like owls to me. They don't really look like owls. There might be something in them being sort of like the bird related to Sleeping Beauty or something like that, because I think there's 3 or 4 different type of birds in Sleeping Beauty. So maybe we'll be able to craft critters? I don't know. I feel like the possibilities are kind of open if that's the case. You know, we might be able to craft different types of birds or even different colored birds, especially if they're made out of paper. Perhaps we're like gathering paper in this biome. You can see here, I think this is a tree. The orange tree that we saw in the first trailer, I think this is out here. And there's like little pieces of paper coming out of it. So I wonder if one of the resources in this new DLC is going to be paper-based. What do you think? What do we think about the critters? Do we think these are critters or do we think these are quest items? I'm not sure. I want to lean to critters because they're really, really cute. And I feel like the poses that we would get with these could be really interesting. Now, a couple of other things I want to note about this little teaser. We get a little glimpse at something over here. Do you see the tree changes color? Let me go back to the start where it's a little more obvious. The biome that we saw last Thursday was all orange. You can see we've got the orange leaves, we've got the orange tree. This tree is slightly different. This is a fir tree, but it's also much darker. So I wonder if that is a glimpse at one of the other biomes. Obviously, that is not a lot to go off. However, this does look quite foresty. So if we are going with maybe like a storybook theme, it could be maybe something fairy tale related or something like that. I'm also interested in this bit here. I don't know whether it's just the lighting, but that kind of looks lilac to me. Do we think that we could be getting a lilac tree? I mean, it's no coincidence that behind the tapestry up here, Maleficent's background is quite dark with purples, and then Hades is light with creams. But I don't know, when I look at this and then I kind of flick over here, I'm like, maybe there's something in that. Maybe there's something related. Something else I want to pick up on, I love these candles. I hope that we get these as furniture, either from Scrooge or Craftables. That's just something I wanted to note. There are a couple of leaves down here. Perhaps this could be something like the Magnolia Path that we got recently, the pink one, but in orange or some sort of fall leaf color. And then finally, I want to talk about this pedestal. because there's quite a lot going on here for a short clip. And it's got me thinking, could this pedestal possibly be, you see the way that the branch on the top is actually active and sort of almost alive? When I scrub and it kind of like does its little animation, book slams shut and then it changes page. I'm wondering, do we think that this could be either central to the story, obviously, or could it be a new table in the way that we got the time bending table from Eternity Isle and A Rift in Time? Could this be a new crafting table where we go, maybe we craft something like this, we use it throughout quests, we refer to it as the main story? This has been teased just as much as the Hourglass was last year for A Rift in Time, so this is obviously a central, pivotal piece of the puzzle for the DLC. And I know that we're only 24 hours away from the showcase, but I'm still going to speculate. Nothing will stop me speculating. But yeah, I do feel like this could be either a crafting table or some sort of interactable item that either guides us through the story or allows us to interact with the new DLC and the new world around it. And just one final thing to touch on, if I go back to the start of the clip, they keep showing this tapestry. We know there's a rip in it. I've got a feeling that's alluding to the story somehow of the DLC. Hades and Maleficent. I don't think it's any coincidence that they put the tweet up saying catch a sneak peek at new characters and lore arriving with the next chapter, because to me that is confirmation, finally, that Maleficent and Hades are coming. I was 90% sure that they were anyway, but I was hoping that it wasn't just a tapestry used to illustrate a wider story and they didn't actually come. But I'm pretty confident now that we will be getting both Hades and Maleficent with this new DLC. Well, that is it. That could be our final teaser. We might get another one tomorrow. Last year, we did get a little postcard saying, welcome to Eternity Isle. So there's every chance that we could get a postcard tomorrow or something to allude to the name, the key art. I don't know. There could be a chance tomorrow we get something else. Regardless, I am very excited. I feel like the entire Dreamlight Valley community is really hyped at the moment. So yeah, it's a very fun time to be playing this game. I will be streaming the stream tomorrow, so you can come along. We'll have a little watch party. We'll do some speculating. We'll do some chatting. And then, of course, once the stream has concluded, we will do some breakdown. That live stream is scheduled on my channel right now, so feel free to hop over there and click notify if you want to join. I'll be there. Friends of the channel will be there, and we would love to see you. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to give it a like, maybe subscribe to the channel for more Dreamlight Valley news. And until tomorrow, I will catch you in the next one, and I will, of course, see you in the valley.